You're waiting behind the curtain, ready to face the champion, the Undermaker. Your bard stumbles out onto the stage, ready to project his voice. You see his jester's hat almost pops off of his head as he begins casting thaumaturgy to speak out to the audience and introduce you to them. You hear from the other side of the curtain your bard say, "Challenging from the Feywild, standing at 5 feet 180 pounds, mostly from the thighs, McMary the Fey Fury!" Who do we see pushing onto the stage?
All right, amongst all of the pyros and the smokes and flames going up, you see this, true to her bard's word, 5 foot tall satyr walking out, and you can see that she is wearing leather shorts, her own merch, a cropped version, McMary the Fey Fury. In the very bottom it says, "Fight the Fury!"
Fight the Fury!
Yeah,
All right.
She's huffing and gruffing, walking out. She's ready to fight.
Okay, and a satyr is, could you describe what that is?
A satyr is half goat, half man?
Yes.
Yes, okay. 2 legs.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
2 legs. 2
2
goat
legs.
legs.
2 goat legs.
Specifically. And 2
Yeah.
little horns.
And yes, the horns, for the ramifications of my opponents.
Yes. Well, howdy-o, hi everyone. I'm GM Ven.
And I'm Honey Riz.
And today we're going to be exploring DC20, a game being released by the Dungeon Coach. It just did really well on Kickstarter. We ended up backing it and getting the beta preview, 0.8. And we're going to be using that to do some character creation today. We're going to be making McMary the Fey Fury.
I'm very excited.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we should just jump right into it then. All right. Here we are. Here we have the 10-step character creation outline from the PDF here. And we'll be starting not at step 1, but step 0, which is going to be a concept.
Yes. Okay. So what I was thinking, I am admittedly a really big pro wrestling fan, and I kind of wanted to play around with like the idea of doing a pro wrestler as a character. And I've also always been like a spellcaster, like as you know, and so doing something like a monk, like a martial class, was something I wanted to kind of dip my toes in. So I'm excited.
Yes, it'll be fun for you to be able to punch and kick things
Yes.
instead of casting spells.
I know.
You normally play druids or wizards.
Yes, druids or wizards. I love turning into animals. I love casting spells. But, I'm ready to take some names, kick some ass.
Alright. So that'll inform our next step here, which is step 1, attributes and prime modifier.
Yeah.
So in this game, your prime modifier, which is used for attack rolls, spell casting,
Yeah.
for a bunch of combat-based checks, you'd roll your prime modifier,
Yeah.
which is just going to be your highest stat.
Yes.
So if you see on your sheet here, we have only 4 attributes: might, agility, charisma, and intelligence.
Nice.
And whichever one ends up being your highest will inform your prime modifier. Now there's 3 ways to decide how your stats are going to be decided.
Okay.
The first is standard array, where you start with a 3, a 1, a 0, and a -2.
Yeah.
And you just assign them to might, agility, charisma, and intelligence.
Yeah, I like that it's 4 instead of 6. I feel
Yes.
like it's nice and clean.
It is. It's very clean.
Yeah.
The second way is point buy, which gives you 12 points that you get to spend to your 4 stats, and they all start at -2.
Okay, got it.
So if you spent 6 points on might, that would be a 4. Well, actually, there's an attribute cap.
So is it essentially like you start at 0 and you have 4 points to spend?
Yes. That kind of is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
but then you can like take things off. And,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
Then there's the rolling method, which we take a single d6 and we get to subtract 3 from whatever we roll.
Yes.
And that is the modifier that will affect each of these stats.
Okay, and subtracting 3. Got it.
You normally like to roll stats, and you
I do.
specifically picked this dice.
Yes. I am very keen on the dice that I use, the dice that you got me, like the first ever dice set that I got,
Mm-hmm.
I cleanse that. I get white sage. I sleep it at night
Alright.
in a pillow before a session.
So let's
this
get
is
your
for
4
real.
numbers then. All right. You want to speak any sweet nothings to it before you roll?
Yes. Ooh, you want to be a 6 so bad.
All right. Here. You want to hold it up here?
Yes. Okay.
What is that?
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
All right. I'll just write it down on the side right here.
Yes, a 2 will be a
two.
-1
Okay, a -1.
because it's 1d6 minus 3.
I should write -1 instead. Okay.
Yes.
-1.
All right. Here you go.
It's gonna be like a 4 or a 5. Okay, I'm not even gonna ask for a 6 anymore. A 4!
That's a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 4 right there.
So that's a +2?
That is
Plus-
a +1.
1. Oh crap, you're right, a +1. Okay, I'll take it.
Right. Here you go.
Okay, now let's aim a little higher. Let's try for a 5.
Yes.
A 3,
That's
okay.
a 3, so that'll be a 0.
Okay, very,
All right.
very tame.
And then here's your last roll.
It's gonna be a 6. It's a 2, okay.
It is a 2, which is a -1.
This one. Okay, all ones.
But you do have, you're allowed to add a +2 to one of these.
Okay,
Yes.
I will add...
Or you just have +2 points that you can add. So you can add a +1 and a +1, which would give you a 0, 0, +1, and 0. Or you could add the +2 to the 1.
+1.
And it becomes a 3.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I think I might actually do that.
Yes.
So,
You see, this is the risk of rolling, because we ended up with stats that are lower than the standard array of 3, 1, -0, or sorry, 0 and -2. Well, actually, that's not too different, because you don't have a -2. You would have 2 -1s, a 0, and a +3.
exactly.
So it actually kind of balances out.
Yeah.
So instead of a -2, you just have 2 -1s.
Which I will take. It's not my usual kind of rolls, but
Yeah.
I can work with it.
Riz normally rolls very well.
Yes. Oh goodness. Okay, so I think in this scenario, I will make my +1 into a +3.
All right, go for it. So now go ahead and assign these 4.
Okay, so for my prime modifier, because this is a pro wrestler, and in all of the daydreams that I have about being a pro wrestler, I know my own strength. I'm gonna rely a lot on like the charisma and like the crowd, you know, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing for pro wrestlers in general. I'm not gonna go off my pro wrestling tangent,
Yes,
but
they are true thespians.
they're literally true thespians. They literally are theater kids grown up and had got muscles. But with that being said, I will be putting that on my charisma, and I think I want to make that my prime modifier.
All right.
So a charismatic monk.
So +3 to all charisma checks.
That 3 is ugly. I'm gonna redraw it.
Oh,
No offense to the 3 that I just erased.
all right. And then what
Okay.
about the 2 -1s and your 0? What do you want to be an average person at? And what do you want to be slightly below average at?
Okay, I think that I would like to be average in my agility. I think it makes sense for me to not be like fantastic and wonderful at all of these acrobatic tricks, but I'm average.
Okay.
And I get by, and my coworkers know that.
All right.
So I'll put it at 0 for agility, and then -1 for might, and then -1 for intelligence. I don't need to be smart.
All right, so that is step 1 down.
Yeah.
Step 2 is your save masteries. You get to
Yes.
choose 2 of your 4 attributes, and whenever you roll a save, you get to add your combat mastery. Your combat mastery is half of your level, so you round it up. So
You
it'll
round it
be a +1 since you're level 1. You get to add that to your saves.
Okay.
So you get to pick 2 saves that you have this mastery in.
Got it. Okay, and I can just pick any of these 4.
Yes.
Okay, I know that these are my 2 highest stats, but I did want to put it in charisma and agility, just in the sense of for storytelling. I am thinking about it. What do I use the most? I will use the crowd to like liven me up, and I will use like my agility to like get out of things, you know?
Alright.
I think in
That's
wrestling it's more important to be agile than strong, but that might be a hot take.
Okay, so we'll go with charisma and agility then.
There we go.
And then we'll move on to step 3, which is your background. You'll get skill points equal to 5 plus your intelligence, which is -1, so 4. You'll have 4 starting skill points. You'll then have 3. Let me see.
Well, 5 plus -1 is 4, yes.
Yes,
okay.
so 4 skill points, 3 trade points, and 2 language points.
Got it.
All right. And for your 4 skill points, you get to put those in any of these skills on the side if you want to show them off.
Yes, right
So
here.
if we want to go through each of them, we have awareness,
Yes.
which is kind of like perception. It's your presence, being aware of what's around you.
Yeah.
Then we have acrobatics, trickery, and stealth as your agility skills.
Mhm. And we had athletics and intimidation for might as well.
Yes. Oh, I skipped might. Yes, we have athletics and intimidation for might. Then we have animal influence and insight for charisma.
Yeah.
And then for intelligence, we have investigation, medicine, and survival. Then we have the knowledge skills.
Yes.
Now, if you want to put a skill point, one of your 4, into knowledge, you get another point that you can add into any other knowledge.
Got it.
So 1 skill point essentially counts as 2 knowledge points,
Okay.
if you wanted any of those. But you get to choose 4 to put points into, and they will be novice.
Novice.
Meaning they'll give you a +2.
Got it.
Yes. So go ahead and pick those 4.
Okay. I also like it for like knowledge. They have like 2 blank spaces. You know, if you want to
Yes.
add like your own things.
You can create your own.
Okay. So
If you wanted to be really good at knowing about wrestler lore,
wrestler lore, exactly.
you can put that as a knowledge check.
Okay, so the first thing that I would want is awareness. I think
Mm-hmm.
makes sense for the ring, especially when I'm doing my thing, making my
Alright.
bag. Awareness.
And awareness is tied to your prime modifier, which is going to be 3. So
Yeah.
go ahead and write in that little dice +3, because that's what your prime is, to the left.
To the left, +3.
Yeah.
Got it. +3.
And then
Alright.
since awareness is novice, that'd be +5.
+5, so I'll add +5 to my awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And so I have 4 attributes to spend.
Yeah, 4 skill
Or
points.
sorry, skill points. My apologies.
So you've spent 1 at the moment.
Okay.
And go ahead and spend your other 3.
Okay. The first thing that I'm thinking of is my influence.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know how to control a crowd. I need to make them cheer for me. So I
Okay.
think I'm going to add influence as one of them.
Perfect.
And you said that I couldn't go past a novice for any of these, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can unlock future levels of proficiency later on.
Got it. All right. The next one I want to do is I'm thinking between athletics and acrobatic. But I do think my character, my wrestler, has a little bit more flair. You know, it's not just beating someone up. It's doing it with style, with
Okay.
poise, with grace.
A
So
showman, truly.
exactly, acrobatics. So I'm gonna do acrobatics for
Okay.
my third one. And for the last one, I actually think I want to do intimidation. You know,
Okay.
intimidating my opponent, do a little haha, what a jabroni you are.
That's very wrestler.
Yes.
That's fun.
And my little satyr, she's a little aggro sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make sure that I can my opponent.
All right. Before we move on to your trade skills, do you want to just fill out
Yes.
these?
So it's a -1, but it's a +2, so it's
A 1.
1. Got
For
it.
intimidation.
Yes.
And then
+1.
in athletics, you would put -1.
In athletics, I would put -. Oh, okay, got it. Acrobatics.
And go ahead and do that for all of them. And
Yes.
we'll jump.
Am I gonna put -1 on my imaginary fill in the blank knowledge?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to. I won't ask you to roll for those.
Okay.
Unless you want to put proficiency points in there later.
Okay.
Because you do get more skill points as you level up.
Yeah, okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yes. So, how about we take a look at the trades?
Yes.
You can convert 1 skill point into a trade point if you wanted more of those. But here, I'll pull up the trades for us.
Okay.
All right, here are the trades.
Okay, so I would get 3 unless I do the point.
Yeah, unless you
Conversion.
traded out one of your skill points.
Okay, I like these. So, the trades. I don't think I would change any of my current skills, but I would like my 3 trades to be... I want one of them to be theater. You know, in every life, I was a theater kid. It just makes sense to me that if I'm controlling a crowd, and also wrestling is not fake, scripted, and it makes sense for me to like need to know how to act. So
Alright.
I'm gonna put theater for
We
one
can
of
do
them.
that as one.
Yes. So I'll put theater.
You'll be able to add +2 to any theater checks.
I love the phrase theater check.
Right.
Okay. Do I do that?
Yes.
Okay. The next one that I would want. Ooh, let's see. Disguise would be fun if I wanted a character with like a mask, you know, like luchadors. But I'm not playing that. I feel like my satyr is she wears her own merch, you
Yeah.
know. So I think it would actually be fun to do leather working.
Okay.
I made my own leather shorts, you know,
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
I sew my own gear.
You're just like Spider-Man.
Yes, there is a wrestler that I like, Bianca Belair. Hi, if she's watching, and she always makes the coolest gear, and she makes all of it herself. She like that is a fashion inspo. So I think I want to do leatherworking.
All right. Leatherworking could be your second trade.
Yes, leatherworking.
Let's see. What should your third be? There's a lot of options here.
I know. I think it'd be so funny if it was something random like vehicles. I'm like, what? I'm just a good.
You're a good driver.
I do Uber on the spare time, like in my spare time.
Yes, fantasy Uber.
Yeah, fantasy Uber. What would gaming mean?
Gaming? I
Yes.
would imagine that's gambling, cards, dice, chess.
Chess.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, me just being a really good chess player. I actually do think it would be really fun to do gaming in the sense of, do you know like fantasy football leagues with like sports betting?
Yeah.
If my character was just like good at that because they have like insider info, obviously.
Insider betting?
Yeah, in the sense of like,
You should take a trickery.
My bard should do
proficiency.
that. My sidekick should do that. But no, it's like if I'm a wrestler and I see 2 wrestlers, they're gonna fight, right? And I already know who's gonna win. So I bet against the loser, or I bet for the winner, and then I get my money.
Okay.
That's a side thing, you know?
Yeah, you can take gaming as a proficiency.
Yeah, or maybe not like my coworkers, but like maybe boxing or something. Yeah, I think it'll be
Just
fun.
sports betting.
Yeah, I turned 21 a while ago, and the one thing that like I haven't done yet is gambling. Like I haven't sat down and like used the slot machine or played craps. The closest thing that I got was like when we played poker that one time together.
I played video poker.
Yeah.
And I also played bingo on my first day when I was
Bingo!
21.
Bingo sounds so fun. I would
Yes,
love
won
to play bingo.
$50 on my first card.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah.
slay. Yeah, the closest thing I got. Okay, the lottery is kind of game. Like, okay, I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were
okay.
doing scratch cards as a
Scratch
kid,
cards.
right?
I was doing. Okay, the statute of limitations for that surely is over. But yeah, little scratch cards. And I'd win sometimes, but it wasn't my money, so it's just
Yeah.
like there was nothing I'm risking,
You're
but I'm
just
also
doing the
just
scratching.
sometimes getting money. Yeah.
They would give you the money if you did the scratching.
Well, it was like what, like 20 pesos. You know,
Yeah.
they're not gonna. I'm gonna buy like a Mentos with it.
We're real. Fair enough. All right. So we went ahead and finished trades. Now it's
Perfect.
languages.
Languages. Okay.
All right. So here are the languages. And if you look on your sheet here,
Yes.
it says limited and fluent. You have, I believe, 2 points that you can spend.
Awesome. Okay. So with the language check, it says intelligence or charisma. I'm assuming I can pick.
Yes.
Yes.
And if it's limited, you have to roll a check to interpret what someone is saying.
But if it's fluent, I don't have to.
Yes, if it's fluent, you don't have to. And we'll assume you're fluent in common.
Perfect. Okay. So I know common.
So you could either be limited in 2 languages or fluent in 1.
I see.
In 1 additional language, I mean.
Okay. Because I'm a satyr, I am part of the Fae. I'm literally called the Fae Fury.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think I would want to be fluent in Fae because, you know, like game-wise, I think it'd be fun to speak 2 languages. But I love it when a pro wrestler, like, puts their culture, like, in their whole thing. Like, not in a stereotype kind of way, but, like, there's like wrestlers who will speak Spanish or speak like different languages, and you know, I like that, and I feel like I want my character to represent the Fae.
So we can do fluent in common and Fae.
Yeah. So for common, I'm just fluent in that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We did trades, we did languages, background starting equipment. That's not quite in the game.
Yeah.
So we're probably just going to give you a flat amount of gold to buy some equipment.
So in there it says I could roll for my gold.
Yes.
Would you consider letting me roll for my gold?
I would. Well, there's nothing really suggested for what to roll.
Mm-hmm.
There is in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Which is how much?
So we'll just have to do that.
Okay.
I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay, got it.
But
We'll
yes,
do that.
we'll roll.
I'll bargain
based
with
off
you.
of that.
Oh, I'll roll.
All right, step 4, health points. You have 6 hit points. All right?
Yes.
Well, base hit points. It's 6 plus your character level, which is 1,
Mm-hmm.
plus your might, which is -1.
So we just cancel that to a straight 6.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I think you'll get an additional point for being a monk, but we'll do that later.
All right, so that's for my hit points.
Mhm.
My max is a 6.
Yes. Just as a base level character.
Got it.
All right. So that's a hit point. Next, we'll do your physical defense,
My physical defense.
which as a monk is 8 plus combat mastery plus agility plus 2.
Got it.
So that's 10?
6.
Wait, no,
7.
11.
11, yes. Because my combat mastery is 1.
Yeah.
So I will put 11 on there. And then
your mystical defense is also unique because you're a monk.
yeah.
You get to add 2 as well. So it's 8 plus your combat mastery, which is 1.
1.
Plus your charisma, which is 3.
12.
Plus your intelligence, which is -1.
11.
Plus 2.
13.
So 13.
We did that together, thank you.
We did. And that's if you're not wearing armor.
Got it.
For your physical defense.
Got it.
And you see where it says heavy and brutal underneath?
Mm-hmm.
You just add 5 for heavy and then add 10 for brutal.
Got it.
So you can write those in now if you wanted to.
Plus 5.
So here, actually it's better if you write in the full number. So it would be 16 and 21. So if somebody rolls a 17 to try to hit you, they would have done heavy damage to you.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
So are these correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. And for damage reduction, you don't have any.
That's okay.
So write 0 for PDR and MDR. Those would be base numbers that you subtract from damage.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now let's look at our combat modifiers, which is those in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Your attack and spell check
Yeah.
is combat mastery plus prime, which is a +4.
Got it. So that'll be a plus 4.
Yeah. Here, go ahead and zoom in on that.
Yes, of course. Plus 4.
Yes. Your save DC is a 14.
It's a 14.
And your martial check is your acrobatics,
Yes, it is.
which is what?
It is a plus 2.
All right.
Plus 2.
So that's what you'll use for grappling,
Yeah.
I believe.
Perfect.
We'll see. Or to escape grapple.
Escape grapple. Got
Yes. All right. more to the right will then have your death threshold, which is -3.
-3.
So if you take damage that brings you to -3 health, you die.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
But my character won't.
Your character. Oh, you're saying that she won't experience that.
Yes.
All right. Your move speed is 5, which is less than it is in D&D. They get 6.
Yes.
All right. So your move speed is 5, and your jump distance is equal to your agility with a minimum of 1.
Perfect.
So that's a 1.
It's a 1. I'll take it.
All right. Your rest points will be your might, which is a minimum of 1, or minimum of 0 plus 1. So we're just going to do a +1 for your rest points.
Got it. Yes. And then my grit point is 2 plus my charisma, so a 5?
Yes, a 5. And here, let me show you what grit points do. So grit points, which you get from your charisma, you can spend on either bearing damage, so you can reduce the damage you take by 1.
By 1, okay.
Or you can spend it on a save for a creature that you can see or hear.
Oh, okay.
They get to get advantage on that save.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. And you have more of those because you have a high charisma.
Charisma. Got it.
It's
Perfect.
your, they represent a character's being able to enact that ability onto themselves and their allies.
I see.
So their ability to influence and impact others.
This will be really good if I have a tag team partner in a match.
All right?
Yeah.
A tag team partner.
Yeah.
All right, so that is step 7 done. Combat
Awesome.
modifiers. Step 8 is your ancestry.
Yes.
And this is something that we're going to go and pick out some features ourselves.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
So since we're creating our own satyr, we should probably look at the Beastborn ancestry.
Yeah.
Take some things that are reminiscent of a goat.
Yes.
Normally, the way that this ancestry system works is you have 5 points to spend on the different points, and you're allowed to have a level 0 or a 0 point ancestry ability as well.
And I'm allowed to have 1 of the 0.1 ones.
Yes.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get to ancestries.
Perfect.
Ancestry creation. All right. So since we're using an ancestry that's not in the book yet, we'll be using these rules right here.
Yeah.
So every creature starts with the base ancestry traits below, and your ancestry gives you a list of additional traits that you can spend up to 5 ancestry points on.
Okay, 5 points. Got it.
So we're just going to open up all the ancestries in the game and pick what we think makes sense for a satyr.
Yes, okay.
It's very modular. So your size is medium, your speed is 5 spaces,
Yeah.
and your creature type is humanoid.
Got it.
So let's go ahead and do that. All
Yeah.
right. So you wanted to spend 2 points here on Orc Rush,
Yeah.
but reinterpret it as a Horn Rush.
Yes.
Your horns are sort of protecting you as you're doing this sort of rush. So once per combat, when you willingly move towards an enemy, you can spend an action point to gain temp HP equal to your prime modifier.
Yeah, I think that's badass. I think that's a really good wrestler move. And I like the interpretation that we have with the horns. I feel like that's super fun for a satyr.
So that's 2 of your 5 ancestry points.
Yeah. I'll just put Orc Rush for now so we know what to reference.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next feature that you wanted,
Yeah.
for your 0 point, you wanted unyielding movement.
I did want unyielding movement for my 0 points.
Yes, so you are immune to being slowed 2 or higher.
All right. So they can't slow me down.
Yes, they can't slow you down.
All right. Unyielding movement. You gotta be quick on your feet when you're a wrestler.
Yes. And if you were, for example, a giant born, what you would do is just take each of these.
Yeah.
If you just wanted the default traits, or you could trade them out for the expanded traits down here.
Got it.
And if you took a negative trait, you would be able to have more points to spend.
An extra point. Got it. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good system.
So if there's a negative trait you like, let me know.
Okay, perfect. I will let you know.
So I really like the modularity of the Beastborn here.
Yeah.
Because they give you a bunch of traits.
Yeah.
To really just create any kind of animal you want. So you can create a platypus person if you wanted to. You can create somebody with a trunk.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So an elephant man. You can
Yes.
create a bunch of different ones. So
Awesome.
let's look for some that would be good for a satyr.
Yeah.
All right. What about charge?
I really like Charge. Charge is what I was looking at as well. I think charging along with like a horn rush, it's like these are
Yeah.
all things that feel very
They're synergized.
yeah, feels very wrestlery, feels, I feel like matches my satyr vibe.
All right.
So I'm a big fan of Charge.
Okay, so we'll do that. If you move at least 2 spaces in a straight line before making a melee attack,
Yes.
the damage of the attack is increased by 1.
Beautiful. I would like that.
All right. And the numbers in this game seem fairly tight and low, so even an increase of 1 damage can be huge.
A big deal. Yeah.
All right.
And then I
let's see,
wanted
you
to
have
do
1
something with
point
jumping.
left.
Yeah, I wanted to do something for my jumping actually.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So for your last point, which one do you want to do?
Okay, I'm thinking about this. So, jumper just makes me jump at a bigger distance, and then I can use it as a minor action. But strong jumper, it just takes away how much space I need before I can do a running jump. But what is the difference between a running jump and a regular jump?
The distance.
Okay, but my jump distance increases by 2, so is a running jump like...
So I think you would get the effect of a running jump
Yes.
by standing still.
Okay. Oh!
Like you just don't, your regular jump is just a long jump.
It just... Okay, got it. So it's strong versus like farther.
Yeah.
I think it would make more sense for me to go farther. So I think I will take the regular jumper.
All right. And strong jumper also makes it so that you take 0 damage from controlled falls of 5 spaces or less. So that's like up to 25 feet.
Oh wait, but that's really good if I'm like in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, if you're like in a cage.
Okay, no, I take it back. I want the strong jumper.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. There's just so many traits. I want all of them.
Yeah, right.
I feel like
there's
I'm
your
window
5.
shopping.
It's a fun type of modular system.
I like that I can pick.
Right? I think that druids work in a similar way, where druids just get to pick traits to make their own animal.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to play Druid next time.
For sure. Well, there's our ancestry. Let's get back to the correct page.
All right.
All right, so that is step 8, our ancestry. Now we're going to move on to step 9, our class.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll be looking over at monk now.
Perfect. I'm really excited to play my first
Your martial character?
martial class character.
Yes. It'll be fun. So, monks. Monks are master martial artists that have perfected their mind and bodies, utilizing the ebb and flow of their inner energy. They use their bodies as a weapon and can enter into different stances that drastically change their combat abilities.
Perfect. Use their body as a weapon.
Yes, it's
That's
your key
what a wrestler
energy.
does.
All right.
Jinx.
You right? I'll get you a soda. So your starting equipment is 2 weapons.
Yes.
3 weapons with the toss or thrown property, 1 set of novice light armor, and an adventuring pack, which is not quite yet in the game.
Yes. Coming soon.
Yes, for your martial masteries. These are all things that you can add your combat mastery to.
Perfect.
Are weapons, just in general, light armor. You gain the benefit of weapon styles.
Yes.
So weapon styles, as it currently stands in the game, are +1 bonuses that you get from whatever type of weapon you're using.
Got it. Okay.
So if you're using an axe, you do a +1 passive damage to bleeding targets.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And I think you wanted, a quarterstaff?
I wanted a quarterstaff, which I think is... It's when you have disadvantage on attacks. What is that called?
Hindered.
Hindered. I think it gains a
+1 damage
for
to hindered. So you get that weapon style
Awesome.
for your weapon here, which will be
Quarterstaff.
A quarterstaff, yes. And you get to pick one other weapon and 3 other tossed weapons.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
For when you're hunting. For when you're slaying.
When I'm slaying.
Yes. All right. You also learn attack maneuvers and additional maneuvers shown on the maneuvers known column of the monk class table.
Nice.
Maneuvers are like cantrips, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, okay.
And techniques are like spells.
So like
but for
self-lots.
martials.
Perfect, okay.
And stamina is what you use on those.
Got it, okay.
The number of techniques are known. It's on the table. And stamina points are also on the table. So let's take a look at this table.
Yeah.
All right. So at character level 1, you'll get 1 bonus HP. So go ahead and change that.
1 bonus HP, so I'll add that.
Yeah,
so
now that that's confirmed, it'll be 7. You'll get 1 stamina point and 0 mana points.
0 mana,
Mm-hmm.
and then 1 stamina point.
Yes. And you get stamina points back by punching people, I think.
Nice.
We'll see.
Perfect.
Yes, all martial classes in this game get different ways of getting their
Stamina back?
stamina back.
I really like that.
So
okay.
barbarians, I think they take heavy or brutal hits to get their stamina back, something like that.
When they take hits?
Yeah, when they
Oh.
take or when they deal critical or brutal hits.
Nice. Okay, I like that.
Yes, don't take my word on that. I did not read it just now, but yes.
I believe you.
I'm going
Dungeon
off the top
Master.
of my head.
No, I believe everything you say.
Oh, that's very sweet. So you'll get 4 maneuvers and your class features.
Nice.
So
okay.
we'll do your maneuvers after we look at your class features here.
Mm-hmm.
So your level 1 class features, you get monk stamina. When you hit a target with a melee martial attack, you get your SP back.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. And SP you can spend in place of action points.
Got it. Okay.
So in combat, you'll have 4 action points that you can spend on stuff. And your maneuvers would normally cost action points, but you can spend a stamina point to just do it.
Okay. Nice.
All right. Your monk training. You have iron palm, so your unarmed strikes do 1 extra damage.
Nice.
Or just 1 damage.
Nice.
Because I think palm or melee attacks normally do 0 damage in this game.
Really?
So you have to get a brutal hit to do damage.
In D&D, an unarmed strike is like
It's
plus
equal
1.
to your strength.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Your strength modifier.
Gotcha. I think in Baldur's Gate it's literally like plus 1 damage. Okay, and step of the wind.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just writing these down.
You'll get step of the wind, so plus 1 speed and jump distance, so you can go ahead and change those as well.
Nice. And then we've already done the mystical and physical, right?
Yes.
So 6 and 2. Got it.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
All right. You can move a number of spaces up to your speed along vertical surfaces and across liquid without falling.
Nice. Okay.
So that's part
fun.
of Step the Wind. And you can use your prime modifier instead of agility to determine your jump distance and the damage you take from falling.
I can use my charisma. Oh, I love that. Okay.
Yes, instead of agility. And then we have your stances. You get to pick 2 stances from this list.
The bull stance seems awesome. Just having to knock someone back. Because what I'm thinking of in a pro wrestling kind of game, I'm not trying to kill these people, you know, I'm just trying to win. And I think it makes sense to have like a knockback of get out of the way.
Yes.
As opposed to let me pummel you, you know?
It also lets you sort of control positioning.
Exactly, which is really important in the ring, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the way that it works is you deal +1 bludgeoning damage whenever you succeed on a physical check to push a target back or knock them back. So if you take a maneuver that lets you reposition people, you get to do 1 bludgeoning damage when you succeed on that.
Nice. Okay, I really like that.
And when you shove or push a target, it's knocked back an additional space.
Got it.
Yes.
So I think I might want that, so I'll write it down right now.
All right, Bull Sands.
Yeah.
And then the other one you wanted was Mantis? Grappling?
Yes. The grappling, yes. Again, like, that's such a wrestling thing. I like that my two things are get away from me and you're not going anywhere, buddy. You know?
Yes.
So a mantis stance, I think, makes a lot of sense for my character. And is also super fun.
All right, so we'll have those as your two stances.
Yeah.
And then you also get a flavor ability, which is meditation.
Ooh, meditation, you say?
Yes, you can enter a state of meditation during a short rest. You choose a charisma or intelligence skill, and when you complete the rest, you have an increase to your skill mastery for it.
Nice. Okay, I like that. So
Yeah.
meditation.
And now we're gonna pick your 4 maneuvers.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
All right.
Our 4 maneuvers.
So here's your first maneuver, hinder.
Yes, which makes a lot of sense in the sense of. Oh, I said that. I chose hindered because I get an additional bonus damage if I use my quarterstaff
On a hinder
on
target.
a hinder target. So
Yes.
hindering them and then giving them a taste, I think makes a lot of sense.
All right. And hindered is a condition that gives disadvantage on their attacks.
Got it. Okay, so is it a how would you describe someone who's hindered? Like
Someone who's hindered,
Yeah.
they would probably... I have, like, the wind knocked out of them.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like, they are trying to attack you, but with less energy than they normally could.
Got it. Okay.
Or there's, like, something in their way.
Okay, something in their way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can imagine that.
Something's preventing the attack from being as strong as it could be.
Yes. Okay, it's hindered. Okay.
Yes. And I think that you having this stick is going to get in their way.
As it
And
should.
you get to choose another weapon as well.
Oh, yes.
And
Okay.
3 thrown weapons.
3 thrown weapons.
All right. So what's
Throw
your
things.
next one?
I believe that the next one that I wanted was knockback.
Knockback. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And here's your second maneuver.
Yes, because I wanted to use in tandem with my stance.
Oh, this would be the one that you use with your what stance is it?
Bull stance.
Yeah, your bull
Yes.
stance.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so where this says your target is pushed 1 space away, plus 1 for each 5 that it fails its save by, you would do even more, and you do a damage as
Yeah,
well while you're in your bull stance.
exactly. I liked it a lot.
All right,
And then my next one was takedown.
takedown.
Yes. Takedown just makes so much sense. And I'm taking someone down. It seems badass.
Yes.
And then, I feel like these
do
are...
it, take it.
Yeah. Takedown is just such a wrestling word.
Yes, the target falls prone.
Yes. Yes. Just
Alright.
damage all over the place.
So 1 more.
Oh, yes. And the last one that I wanted was the very last one, which is a taunt. It's just... I know I said everything was perfect for the last 3 maneuvers, but this one is, like, the perfect thing for a pro wrestler. I need to either taunt the audience and make them cheer me, or taunt my opponent and make them all distracted. So,
Yes.
I am 100%.
So what taunting does here is it gives them disadvantage to attack anybody other than you. So you're drawing the attention and aggro toward yourself.
Exactly. And again,
So if you're like in a dungeon with your bard, and your
Yes.
bard is getting attacked,
I need
you
to save
can
my
taunt
bard.
them. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest tropes in pro wrestling, is that if like a wrestler has someone that they need to like save or whatever, they get distracted and then they get attacked. So
Yes.
I like the taunt.
All right. So that'll be fun. Those are your 4 maneuvers then.
And I also like that it's a contest success, because that means we'll roll together every now and then.
We will.
like that.
You like when we roll together.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, those are my maneuvers.
All right. So I think that completes our class.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's everything we get for class features. Bonus HP, cantrips, spells, skill points.
Or weapons.
So for step 10 here, your weapons and inventory, we know for sure you want a quarterstaff.
Yes, it just seems so cool.
Yes. And quarterstaffs, they do +1 damage to hindered targets.
+1 damage to hindered, yes.
And they're versatile, I believe.
Yes. So I can use either 1 or 2 hands.
Yeah. Here, let me pull it up for us. Here it is. All right.
What does 1B mean?
Bludgeoning. 1 bludgeoning damage.
Gotcha.
So you would write that down up here.
1B.
All right. So your
Bastard sword?
quarterstaff
Are you
here.
kidding me? That's awesome. Sorry.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I just saw
That's
that.
okay.
That's awesome.
That's in Shadow Dark too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we have your quarterstaff here, which does 1 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's versatile and it also has guard.
So I can use it as like a shield, or
Yeah. Let me
Nice.
see. I think it gives you a +1 to your personal or your physical defense.
Nice.
Let me find it. And these are all the weapon styles.
Nice.
So
okay.
ours is a staff, +1 damage against creatures that are hindered.
Nice.
So if somebody's struggling,
They're really struggling if
they're
it's
really
against
struggling
me,
if it's against you. Yeah.
as they should.
All right.
That's what happens when you fight the Fury.
So you also get any thrown weapons,
All right.
right? Or
thrown.
toss, or thrown, and you get 1 more weapon.
I like that fist is just
Yeah. So look at the ones in the middle, because the one on the left is the type of weapon it is.
yes.
So these are 1-handed weapons, versatile weapons, 2-handed versions, and then ranged ones. You should probably get a ranged weapon, huh?
Yes. Can I ask what a bolas is?
I think it's balls that you wrap around someone's feet. Yeah.
Okay.
In our game with in our Genesis Gems campaign,
Yes.
we had a bola
Oh,
cannon.
That's what that was. That's
Yes.
so silly. I like that.
So it wraps around people's legs to trip them.
I see. Okay. Man, these all seem so. Como se dice? Ouchie. Like, I don't wanna. Imagine.
Well, you're also monster hunting.
Well, yes, but I'm just imagining like a pro wrestling match, and I see someone like use a crossbow. I'm gonna be concerned.
Maybe a sling then?
A
That's the
sling?
thing that you swing around and throw like chunks at people.
Is there like a lasso?
A lasso? There's a net.
A net, but that doesn't do damage. Okay, so it needs something that I can throw. Is a sling a throwing?
Boomerang could be fun.
A boomerang. I
Yeah.
would love a boomerang.
Okay. So we'll have a boomerang as one of your toss weapons. You could have 3 boomerangs.
Could I please have 3 boomerangs?
You could have 3 boomerangs as your throwing weapons.
I would love that.
Yes.
Could I please have 3 boomerangs?
You can have 3 boomerangs, yes.
Oh my gosh, wait. Boomerangs. That's amazing. And they all come back to me?
Yeah.
That's so convenient.
That's what it said on the monk sheet. Let me see.
See, I don't know why we don't make boomerangs like a more common
Yeah,
weapon.
3 weapons with the toss or thrown property. So that also means you get 1 additional weapon. Alright, so for your second weapon, you're doing a chain whip, which does 1 slashing damage,
Gotcha.
and it has the reach and impact properties. Reach just means you can hit them from further away, and impact means it does more damage on a heavy hit.
Gotcha.
That's what it says, impact.
Nice. All right.
Okay. And reach is +1 to your melee reach when you attack with it.
Got it. Nice. Oh wait, what kind of damage is the boomerang?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning, and it's a toss.
0. Wait.
Wait, no.
No, 1.
Toss returning. Thank you.
The 5-10 means that if you did, it can do up to 10 spaces, but it's a disadvantage if it's between 5 and 10.
Got it. Okay.
So, but it can't do over 10. 10 is the max.
10 is like the full max. Got
Yes.
it. All right. Toss returning. And then chain whip, 1 slashing, and then impact and reach. All right. So for my 3 boomerangs, is it like 1 damage each? Or is it like I just have 3 boomerangs and I use them 1 at a time?
You'd use them 1 at a time.
Damn!
What does returning mean? Let's see.
It comes back to you, no?
Yeah, but what's the actual? What does
Yeah.
it say here? When you miss a ranged attack with a weapon, it returns to your hand.
But only when you miss.
But only when you miss.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you have 3 of them.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Gotcha. I like that.
Because when you hit, it stays there.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. I like that. Okay.
Cute.
I guess it does make sense. It doesn't go back when you hit something.
All right, so we made it through all the steps.
Yes, we did.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
The only thing we didn't do was roll for gold.
That's true. We haven't rolled for gold. All right, so I have 2d4s right here.
So the last thing we're going to do is roll for gold.
Yes.
We decided on 64.
Yes, I have 2d4. We're going to roll it 3 times.
1 and 2.
Oh god.
So that's 3. Roll again.
3 plus... Let me do it right here.
So 3 plus
5.
5.
That's a 4 and a 1. 3 plus 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 plus 5 plus 6, that's 14.
14 starting gold. So go ahead and put that in your inventory.
I was just making sure my math is right. I'm so sorry. 14 gold.
Mm-hmm. 14 GP then.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm very excited to play this character.
Yeah.
All right. And is
We
there...
filled out everything, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right.
We made it through all 10 steps.
All right. So the next thing we're going to do is make our second character and then we'll get to play.
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
We'll make your little sidekick. I'm going
Yes.
to do a whole video on sidekicks where we make Penta Pete, your manager.
Based off of Triple H.
Yes.
An actual pro wrestler.
And then what's the other one? Looker
C. Looker C is based on Booker T, who was also a wrestler but is now a commentator.
Mm-hmm. And that's your announcer, right? Your
My
bard.
announcer. Yes. Looker C.
Alright. So coming up, we'll have a video where I go ahead and create 2 sidekicks for Riz to have on their adventure, their solo adventure.
Yes. I can't wait.
And for everybody who made it to the end of this video, what should they put in the comments for us?
Oh my goodness. Yes. Wonderful question. All right. So if you are still watching...
Before we did a wizard and a clown.
We did do a wizard and a clown. And now we are going to do... What should we do? We should do someone like a wrestler face. So we should do this. And then instead of the parentheses, you guys want to use the bracket. And then if you want, you can even add a little dash as a nose. But yeah, nice and simple today. But that's my wrestling face.
That is your wrestling face. It's mischievous.
It's mischievous. It's
ready.
It's ready to rumble. You know the vibe.
I do know the vibe. Well, everybody, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you so much. And as always, keep your honey sweet.
And your tea warm.
Thanks.